Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today I'm going to talk about confirmation statement, margin account, maintenance margin, and margin call. I know you don't have experience about the majority of these things, margin account, maintenance margin, and margin call. Just let's go back to summarize what we talked in the last week about the orders, the market orders, and the limit orders, and the dealer investor relationship. As I explained before, when we talk about the limit order, if the investor is lucky, so the price will go to the what the investors want, and the investor in this case will receive a confirmation letter, confirmation or confirmation statement. This confirmation statement declares that the investors buy or sell a particular amount of stocks at a particular or at the preferred price setting by the investors. Okay? So what the importance of confirmation statement is to confirm that the transaction is done. After the confirmation statement received from the financial market through the dealer process, the investor has two options. Either to ask ownership certificate from the financial market, or to leave the ownership in the dealer account. So he has two options. He or she has two options. Either to leave the stocks with the dealer's account, or asking or acquiring the certificates. The majority of investors leave the stocks with the dealer account, and this known as a street name. It's registered as a street name. What it means, a street name, it means the investors authorized dealers to keep the ownership in his account, in the dealer's accounts. This may generate a problem if the dealer goes to the bankruptcy or if he has insolvency. And the other option, if the investor is asking a confirmation or ownership certificate. So in this case, the investors has to pay a particular fees in order to generate or in order to have the certificate of the ownership, and this is important. But the problem of this certificate, it should be placed in a secure place, because if this certificate lost, so anyone can just transfer this ownership to his account or to her account, and may generate problems to the original investors. So be careful. Try to lock this in a very secure place, in a safety place. And if the investors lose these certificates, they may pay 2% from the market value of the underlying stocks if you lost these certificates. So it's very important to keep them in a very secure place. And you can imagine if you have Google certificates and it costs $538 for one stock, you should pay 2% to issue a new certificates. So it means you may pay a lot of money to have a certificate. So be careful if you have these certificates. Keep them in a very secure place. Okay. So again, just to summarize, we have two options: either to leave the certificate with the dealers, or to keep it with you as a certificate. Majority of investors, they prefer it with the dealer, because they keep invest their money. So they don't want, okay, today I have the certificate, then send it back to the dealer and bring it back, and it's like make things complicated. Okay, so this is the confirmation statement. Any question related to the confirmation statement? Okay, let's go to the margin account, which is the second subject. The majority of transactions in the financial market is not cash transactions. It's margin account transaction. Okay, what it means, margin account transaction? Let's take a very simple example here. If you want to buy 100 stocks at a price $10, okay? So you have to pay $1,000 as a cash. You pay to your dealer 1,000. This is to the dealer. $1,000. Now, the dealer give you a facility or lend you money from his account or from other institutions' account. So, you may not pay $1,000. You may pay a portion of $1,000. So this portion paid by the investor is known as a margin. For instance, if you pay 600 out of $1,000, so it means your initial investment is 600, and you only pay 600 out of 1,000. In this case, the margin is 60%. So what it means, 60%, it means the portion amount you paid from the total amount you invested. Okay. My question is, who funded the rest of the money? You bought $1,000, okay? You paid 60% of the $1,000, which is $600, and the 400. Who paid the $400?
Dealer.
The dealer, yes. So the dealer paid $400, which is the 40% of the total amount invested in this stock. Now, is the dealer pay it for free? No. So this account pays interest. You have to pay interest, to the dealer. And this interest rate is similar to the market interest rate, which is available with the banks or other investment institution. So it means you don't need to go to the other institutions. You may need just only to have the rest of the money from your dealer. And this is like the facilities provided by the dealer. But the problem of this margin account, suppose the price go down. If the price go down, the amount invested by, or the initial amount invested by the investors decline. Okay? Just before taking examples, just imagine things. Just remember, the total amount of the value of shares is $1,000. Okay? So the value is $10 times 100, which is $1,000. We paid 60% of them, which is 600, and 40% 400. This is the initial investment, or we call margin. And this is a loan, 40%. This 40% is a loan from the dealer. Okay. Let's take example here. If this decline if the price declined by $7. Okay? So the value becomes $700, which is 7 times 100, which is 700. Now, what is the initial investment of the investor? How much? Okay, how much the available fund to the investors? 400. Are you sure? What is the rest of his investments? Okay, in other ways. What is the rest of his investments? What is the available cash to him?
600.
Are you sure 600?
No. 6%.
200 and
80.
I think 300.
لا 280.
How come?
40% في 700.
Okay. Any answer? No answers?
For investor or for
I'm asking for investors. If the investor want to liquidate the money, how much he will receive from the dealer? Yes.
60% from
No.
700?
No. Okay. 2 marks. 3 marks. My question is clear. If this investor want to close his account, how much he will receive? 200. Are you sure? No. Okay.
480.
Let's clear things. Okay. That's fine. Let's say things. The first things he has to do is to pay back the loan. This is the first things. So 400 paying back the loan, and he will receive $300. Okay. It's magic, is it? Very simple, because 400 is paid by the dealer. So he has to pay back the $400 to the dealer, and he keep the rest, which is $300. Just be careful here before talking about the interest rates and the commission and other things, just to simplify things to the students. Okay? If we want to calculate the margin of this, can you calculate the margin? Okay. What is the margin then? This is why I ask my student to please bring your calculator, please. What is the margin?
42%.
Okay, how you calculate this?
300 تقسيم 700.
300 divided 700. So the amount he paid divided by 700 by the total amount of investments. Yes. Now, what's your name? Mace. You know, Mace, she said, we ignored the interest rates, we ignored the commission, because to simplify things. Now we will introduce the interest rates and the commission to our example. Okay, we will take example. Look at the Excel sheet. In this example, yes, it's working. The number of shares that we bought is 100. The buying price is $10. Okay. The selling price is $14. Okay, so the price is going up in this example. Now the margin account is 60%. So what it means, margin account 60%, it means the amount of money paid by the investor. Be careful again. The margin, it means the amount of money that's paid by the investor. Okay? for instance, in this case, a part of the interest rate and the commission, he has to pay $600. And $400 is funded by the dealer. But when we included the interest rate, the investor will pay. He has to pay higher than the $600. Okay, the commission is 5%. This is the commission. So in the buying and selling, the dealer take a commission from the investment account. The interest rate is 10%. The interest rate's on the $400. So if he or she borrowed $400, you just time 400 times 10%, which is $40. Okay? Okay. Now, we have two options. In the first option, the investor, or we have two investors. The first investor use cash account, okay, and the second investor use margin account. We have two investors. The first investor cash account and the margin account, the second investor. It means in the first option here, or first scenario, the investors has no interest rate or no loan. He used all of his fund for investments. But in the second case, he used the dealer facility. Okay, the buying, now when he bought at $1,000, he has to pay the commission. Look at the equation. Okay, look at the equation. You see the equation? It just times the $1,000 times 5%, which is $1,050. Just very simple. 1,000 times 1 plus 0.5. Okay, it's 1,050. Okay? Okay, now, when the price going up, which is the sale, the same things. The sales, the 100 stocks times $14. Look at the price, the selling price, $14, and it should be deducted the commission. Okay, the commission from the both. Now the loan in the first one is 0 because in the first option we don't have loan, but in the second option we loan. Okay, how much we loan is $420, which is represent 40% of the total investment. How you calculate this? Just you can go back to see the Excel, which is E12 is the buying price, okay, minus the selling price, okay, minus the selling price times the margin account. Okay, we will go back in details about this. Okay, now the interest rate is $42. How it calculated? Just
10%.
times 420 by 10%, you will have $42. This shares receive dividends during the investment time, which is $100. Okay, so $100 for two accounts. Now, the initial investment. The initial investment for the cash account is $1,050. But in this, 630, only 630, which represent 60% of the total amount. If you just calculate this, okay, it's approximately 60%. You look. لا فيش جوال.
الاخوات اللي قاعدات قدام جوالي مفتوح.
لا فيش جوال بالعندي.
الاخوات اللي قاعدات قدام.
طيب نعمل سويتش اوف لكل الموبايلات. تمام. لا فيش. اوكي شوفوا مين يا بنات اللي عنده. ايه نعمل وضع طيران يا بنات. اوكي كمل يا ابو حمزه. Okay, so this, if you sum 420 with 630, it is 1050. Okay, so we paid 630. Why is 630? Because 600 is the investment and 30 is the commission. Okay, the commission of buying and selling. And it was 400 in the previous example when we consider there is no interest rate and there is no fees, 400, but 20 because of the interest rates. Okay? So if just sum 420, 630, you will have 1050. And when we calculate the margin, in this case, just divide what you paid, the initial investments that you paid, divided by 1050, you have 60%. And if you divide 420 by 1050, you will have 40%. Okay? You can do this in this case. Divided by 1050, you will have 40. And if you divided them, you will have
1.
You will have 1. Okay? You have 100% or 1. So be careful when you are handling like this a question that the margin must, the total margin and the loan must be 100%. Otherwise, you have a problem in your statement. Okay? Now, what is the return? The return of investment. When the price 14%, look, we have $14. We have 53% for the margin account, and we have 36% for the cash account. So what you observe? The same price, the same cost, but the scenario is different. What you observe in the return of investment?
Because of the loan amount.
Which is more preferable to you, the margin account or the cash account?
Cash account, of course.
Are you sure cash account? Look at the cash account. You have 36%.
Okay, but there is no
But-
loan.
But the margin account give you 53%. Okay? Any explanation?
There is no loan.
The return on investment here, the return on investment, if you invest $100 in the cash account, you will make $36. But if you invest $100 in margin account, you make $53. So which, the margin account? Yes, margin account is much better in this case. And this is why investors, they prefer to use margin account when they think the price will go up. In the case of buying transaction. Okay. Now look at the initial the margin. The margin becomes 68% because when the price is going up, the amount of you paid is increased because it's generated the profits. and the profit is adding up to your original account. It's 68%. Let's increase the price to see the price. If the price goes to the $16, look at the $16. 83% and 54%, and your margin is 72%. Let's explain this. Let's explain what it means 72% when we change the price at $16. Okay, now what is the the sales is 1,520. Okay, 1,520. Now let's deduct how much we loaned from the dealer. 420. Yes. Okay, just 1,520 minus 420, so it is 1,100. Okay, just divided 1,100 by 1,520. How much? Use your calculator. 72%, which is. Please make your mind up. It's a morning class, and you should sleep well and have this meeting, okay, in the very early morning. The idea is in the margin account, when the price is going up, it means your budget or your initial investment is increased. It's like you paid more, okay, your wealth increased, your contribution increased, okay, because the loan is fixed. Okay, let's make the price to go to the 20, and I will close this. I will hide this, and to see how you will calculate. Okay, now that's fine. Okay, Excel things. I will change the price and to see. The price is now 20. Okay? The price is 20. Calculate the margin. Yeah, please do it.
77.89.
Sorry?
77.89.
77.89. Let's wait till the other students do it. So, mashallah, Mais, she did it in seconds. See? She should train you on how to. Sorry? The same? Okay, good. Very simple. How much? Same. Where is your calculator? In your exam, there is no space to train yourself how to use the calculator. So please, train yourself before the exam. Okay, because I observe sometimes the student, they need the training courses in the exam, how to use the calculator. Yeah, some student coming to me, how to use it during the exam. So how this thing's going? Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's go back and to see the answer. Okay, 20 and 78. Okay? Now, this is if the investor is lucky. If the investor is lucky, then the price goes up. But if the investor is not lucky, okay, he's not satisfying his mom, okay, or he doesn't listen to his mom, the price will go down. My question is, if the price is going down, what is, in this case, what's the implications on the margin account? Increase or decrease? Decrease, yes. Okay. I will make the price to go down to 8, let's say $8. Okay? And I will remove this and to see how much this. Now, $8. Do your calculation. 44.7%. It's fine. Okay. I will reduce the price again. $6. $20. Okay, what you observe? 20%. 26. Okay. 26. What you observe? What you observe?
Margin decrease. The margin.
We know the price is decreased. So there is no observation in
And
this.
so is the margin.
Yeah. What is the implication on the margin?
Decrease.
Decrease. Okay. And if the margin is keep decreasing, what is the implication on the dealer account? You should be careful in here. Okay? Look, it is 26. Now, if this keep going down, which is $4, for instance, become minus. Do you think the dealer just keep watching and observing that his investor is keep losing his money? He's keep silent? Or what he should do? Okay, any answer? What do you think?
Stop limit. Stop limit.
No. You see here, it's minus 10%.
Close
What is the intervention of the investor and the dealer in this case?
the
If the investor is irrational, you know what it means? Minus 10%. What it means? I know it is minus 10%. What it means from the investment perception? Sorry?
He can leave the investor.
No. What it means from the investor-dealer relationship?
that the investor has to pay 10%.
The investor or the dealer? The dealer. In this case, the dealer paid the money because the amount paid by the investor is gone. He has no money left. And do you think the dealer just keeps silent like this and watching on how the stupid investors playing the game? Okay, do you think he can do this? Definitely no. So in this case, the investor, the dealer intervene, and he has two options: either to stop the investor to stop trading, or asking him to nourish the account or to feed his account. This called, as I explained or as I write before, margin account. Margin call. Okay? So he asked for a margin call. Margin call. By using margin call, what it means he is asking the investor to add up a new cash or to bring cash to his account. If the investor fail, in this case, the dealer close his account or liquidate his account. Okay? The question is, when the dealer asking investor, please add up cash. Okay? Anyone knows?
When the price starts to decrease.
Sorry?
When the price starts to decrease.
Okay, so, let's go back. It was $10.
When the loss exceeds the
Okay, it's 55%. Can he ask him at 55%? Okay. 8? Sorry.
when the loss exceeds the threshold of the investor.
It is $8 now. It's 44%. It should be a policy. It should be a policy at the dealer and a declared policy saying the margin call or the maintenance margin, it should be not less than 35%. For instance, 35%. So it's declared by the dealer. So when it's close to 35%, in this case, the dealer intervened and asking him to add cash. And if he failed, the dealer has a right to close or to liquidate the investor's account. Okay? And the regulations by the Financial Market Committee also has its own say on this. It means the dealer and investors are not free to set the maintenance margin or the required margin for the dealer and the investor. For instance, if it moved to 7, see, if the price close to 7, it is 36. Let's take $6, it is 26. So the price in which the dealer asking the investors to feed his account is located between $7 and $6. Okay? So how we calculate this? How we calculate this equation? Anyone knows how to calculate this? Huh? At what price the dealer call the investor to add a new cash?
35% النسبة.
Okay, we should calculate this. The price is equal the borrowing amount per share, okay, times 1 minus the maintenance margin. Let's explain the maintenance margin. I explained the margin call. The margin call at which the investor is asking the dealer, so at which the dealer asking investors to add up cash. The maintenance margin is the percentage at which the price should be stopped. Okay, the maintenance margin in this case, I give you the maintenance margin is 35%. Okay, what is the borrowing? How much he borrowed? 420. 420. Now we calculate the price.
273.
Huh?
273.
Are you sure? Divided by, don't forget, by 100 shares because per share.
2.73.
2.73. The borrowing amount 420. Okay, the borrowing amount. Yes, 2.73. 1 minus 0.3. Okay, here 420 divided by 100. 4.2 times 1 minus 0.35. Okay. Sorry. It's here divided, sorry. Okay? Just forget to divide it by. Okay?
6.46.
6.46. Be careful. Your answer is different than what is in your textbook. Why?
Rounding.
No, not rounding.
احنا استخدمنا 420 بالكتاب 400.
Four. In the your textbook is 4. No. Why? Okay. Do things like in the textbook. Just take 4. Why 4? This is just only by excluding the interest rates. Okay? Just do it. 4 divided by 1 minus 0.35. 6.15, which is the same in the textbook. But in our case, we consider to pay the interest rate because nothing free. 420 divided by 100, which is the 4.20, the borrowed amount per share, divided by 1 minus 35%. 35% is the maintenance margin. Okay? Again, the price at which I'm calling the investors to add cash is equal the borrowed amount per share, and please consider the interest rate, because nothing is free, divided by 1 minus maintenance margin. Maintenance margin is set by the dealer and declared by the dealer. Now, let's take exactly 6.420. How much? 6.15. No, 420 divided 646. Okay, let's set this. The price now 6.46. It's something rounding, yes? Try to do it again. Okay, you know what is the 5%? The commission of buying and the commission 5%. Okay? So this is the difference. Or if you want to 6.15. Okay? It is 28%. It means to be secure, you should calculate, or you have to calculate the interest rate. Okay? Any question about this price? Again, just to remind you, the price, it means at which you will receive a margin call from your dealer asking you, please add in new cash. If you fail to do this, you are subject to close your accounts. Okay, my question is now, how much you will receive? If he closes your account at 6.46, how much you will receive? Okay, 6. Yeah, do it. Do it in your calculator. How much the investor receive after the dealer close his account? Please do it. You have your own calculator. Very simple. Huh? 193. Okay. How you do this? So 613.7 minus 420. It is 193.7. My second question is now, what is the return on his investment? Sorry?
For the dealer or
For the investor.
minus
Yes.
divided by the buyer.
Minus what? Minus 60%. Minus 60%. Minus 60%. How we calculate this minus 60%? You go back to my Excel sheet and you Okay. What is the original amount paid by the investor?
1050.
No,
No,
630.
630. He paid 630. How much he received? 193. So in this case, he started 193. He started by 630 divided by 630. You will have this equation. You remember B1 minus B0 divided by B0. Just remember. This it means my students are not reading chapter 1. So how much? Nice.
69.285.
69%. Yes. This is because we are not considering the other things. Okay? So please go back to this chapter and read it carefully and do the questions in your textbook. Any question? But if you think this is we start by buying, but if we start selling, things become more complicated. Okay? This is buying. Okay? But if we do this by selling, you know what I mean selling? By short sell. Short sell. So try, please, think how we can use margin account in short selling. And you will end up studying engineering. Yes. Sorry? But think, okay, you need to take loan from the dealer. Are you sure?
You're selling.
You short sell. Did I explain the short selling?
Yes.
Okay, so in the short sell, let's go back to our example in here. We are starting by buying and then ending by selling. But in the short sell, we're starting by selling and ending by buying. When you are starting by selling, it means you are not borrowing money. You are borrowing stocks. Okay? So be careful. And things going in different ways. When the price is going up, you lose your money. And when the price is going down, you make a profit. Okay? And this is your homework. Try to do this job, but think that the investor take short position, not long position, and keep all of the things the same. And try to move the price up and move the price down and observe what is the... And I will give you this Excel sheet. Okay? And I don't know, you have experience how to do equations in the Excel sheet.
Yes.
Okay? How many students have experience? MashaAllah, good news. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Okay, around 50% of my students have a good experience in Excel, which is excellent. Okay, if you don't have experience in the Excel sheet, I will try to upload some piece of work in my personal web page and to see how things... But first of all, let me see your work first. Then I will upload some of my work in the... what they said about this?
What side?
No, not Excel sheet.
What?
Short sell. Okay? Again, the idea is short sell is not as complicated as I said. by using this Excel sheet. But if you understand the idea of margin account, it's very, very friendly things. But just disposition yourself and sit down in your desk and try to use this Excel sheet. Okay. Okay, look, I already did this. Maintenance margin interest is not considered, so we have 6.15. Maintenance margin interest is considered, then 6.14. If you just replace, and we will have subject of iteration. This equal this. You know what it means, iteration? Nobody knows iteration? You know what it means, iteration? Iteration. Okay. So I will leave this with you, and to do it in the margin call, but using short selling. I talk about delivering security, which it means having the certificate from the dealer, okay? And I said we have two options, either to leave it in the name of dealer or send the certificate to you. And as I said, be careful, it should be locked away from the kids.
Yeah.
Okay, please. And the cost of investments, I explained in 2 meetings ago that the cost of investment, I think in your quiz, I asked you in the quiz, the investors has a subject of 2 main costs. The first thing is the commission, and the second thing is the brokerage discount. The brokerage discount, this is used for a huge number of transactions, of stocks. Okay, particularly for fund services accounts. And the bid-ask spread represent the cost, the transaction cost. In addition to the bid-ask spread, okay, the investor has to pay the commission fees for each transactions. And sometimes the investor have to pay a minimum amount. For instance, if you bought 100 shares, you may pay $5. If you bought 10 shares, you pay $5. Okay? It is similar to the Western Union things. From $1 to 2,000, you pay £20 or $20. The same things. The commission of the dealer, the same things. Either if you have 199 shares or 1 shares, you still pay the minimum, which is the $20, which is the transaction cost. Yeah. Okay? And this is how the dealer calculate the commission. This is in addition to the spread. I will stop here, or in the next meeting I will see how you deal with the short sell. And I think we have only 1 meeting to finish this chapter. In next meeting also I will talk about IPOs, initial public offerings, and some regulations of the financial markets. Okay? I hope to read in the weekends. Okay? And I hope have enjoyable weekends.